Good morning, real estate world. John Moss for General Property Management right here in good old Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So if you're one of our clients, you received our end of the year letter where we gave you a recap of 2025 and we gave you kind of a prediction of what we think will happen for 2026, a preview. We don't have a crystal ball, we're just winging it, but we have some insight into what has happened and what we think will continue to happen in 2026. And you'll receive a paper copy of that in the US mail as well as your emailed copy. So in 2025, we saw the completion of this rapid post-COVID rental real estate environment that we just came out of to a more balanced real estate environment. We're now in a tenant-favored market. We saw inflation flatten. We've all kind of got used to the new normal of everything costing a lot. We saw flat rent growth. The interest rate increases flattened or actually declined the number of building permits at the state and local level. And we saw the insurance policies, as we were told they would do, increase by 25% or more. I actually saw one that was 58%. So for UW Eau Claire, we continued our blogging. We continued with our email campaigns. We added fast, quick, little visual audio content videos that we put on social media platforms that the students are looking at so that they get these quick little bursts of, hey, we're General Property Management, and hopefully it brings them to us so we can rent your properties out. We started looking at what I would call AI optimization in addition to SEO, site optimization, because we want to make sure that we're being captured by all of the artificial intelligence searches, research that people are doing looking into housing. Interest rates dropped 3/4 of a percentage. Prime lending rate dropped 3/4 of a percentage point to 6.75 throughout the year. So we're in a tenant-favored market, and this is probably the most important part of that letter. As investors, landlords, we want to maintain our margins. We want to maintain the profit. And if you have a tenant-favored market, the tenants have more options of where to go. And we want to control that by cutting costs, by cutting investing into our properties. We're seeing more insurance expenses. Real estate taxes are generally going up. Our interest rates probably adjusted up. So we're like, oh my gosh, we got to just milk out everything we can out of that house during hard times. So that's kind of the logic that a lot of people have. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong because you need to spend money on improving to attract those tenants, because a vacancy will cost you more than the improvement will cost. You can't have that vacancy, it'll cost you more. And the investment back into the property is also something that will be with the property very long term. It'll be there a long time. So reinvestment is not discretionary, it's imperative. It's a defensive strategy to keep your property, to keep your investment going strong through tenant-favored market. So for 2026, I think we'll see, again, flat, modest, maybe even declining rent increases. We'll see people that do continue to leave big metro areas such as Minneapolis for Eau Claire, Wisconsin, because they can work from home still, work on their computers. That occasional meeting they have, they can drive over to Minneapolis and attend that meeting. So everything in Eau Claire to these people in regards to housing and entertaining, eating out, is inexpensive compared to these bigger metro areas. So the UW Eau Claire market, the students will continue wanting privacy. They're going to continue to favor 1 and 2 bedroom places over the bigger places. They're going to want all of the amenities. We have fewer students than ever, more bedrooms on campus than ever, and there are going to be some vacancies down here that will get infilled with non-students in traditional student housing. Careful how I say that. So you better have multiple bathrooms, laundry, whatever amenities you can give them. They're going to want it and demand it. The bright side to UW Eau Claire and being here in the campus market, I know I just said a bunch of bad stuff there, but the university continues to raise its rents on its housing. They're the largest landlord down here. So they're pushing the rents up all the time. And so the private landlords can also follow suit and raise their rents as well. We saw this happen in UW La Crosse, so we should expect the same thing will happen here, that we can raise our rents as well. Another bright thing, and I have no knowledge of this happening, is that UW Eau Claire has two campuses, one right here in Eau Claire, and has UW Barron County campus in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. And for me, it seems like it makes no sense to keep that in operation when there's 400 students there that could easily be absorbed into Eau Claire. It's only 57 miles away. Those students in Barron County could be at UW Eau Claire, and that's 400 more students here that will rent places from private landlords someday. No knowledge of that, however. So in the past decade, we've seen the price of real estate go up 120%, and we've seen wages go up in that same time period 50%. So because of that, we're going to see more involvement from politicians and from the government to try to fix the problem. And so you should plan for that and expect that. We should see, hopefully, a Wisconsin Supreme Court decision come out on Coble Investments versus Alicia Marquardt. I did a video, maybe a couple videos on this, about how it was a terrible Court of Appeals decision in which if you have illegal lease language in your lease, the tenant gets all of their rent back to them, all of their rent refunded. So that was a really unfair, bad decision. The person might have lived in the house 2 years, and now you got to give them back all their rent just because of a word or 2 words or 5 words, a sentence. And so maybe at the end of this year, early part of next year, we'll see a decision that will hopefully correct that injustice. Trends that I think we'll see, we're going to see more frequent early lease terminations as people just can't stay put. They just, I don't know, they don't get along with their roommates or their spouse or their husband or wife, whatever the reason. We're going to see more applications for people that are applying for housing that they really can't afford to rent. We're going to see insurance premiums go up again, another 25%. In fact, I've had conversations with agents, insurance agents that say that, and I've also received letters from a couple different insurance carriers that say the exact same thing. Wherever you are on your real estate journey, please reach out. We'll tell you what we can. We'll help you out. We're not afraid to share information with you, because when we all do our own little part, the world is a better place. Thank you very much for watching.